I want to say a big, huge thank you to Visit Stillwater, my presenting sponsor for all Big 12 Football Media Day content. Go to visitstillwater.org for all sorts of information about game day. If you've been to Stillwater for OSU games before, or if you haven't, there's all sorts of information there. Check it out. And remember, you can fly direct to Stillwater. So go to visitstillwater.org, my presenting sponsor for all Big 12 Football Media Day content.
If you're not at that number at the top, is that going to be a competitive disadvantage?
So, the full participation, give me what do you
Like I believe the numbers have the option of paying less.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about distributed with certain sports?
That will go just as an athletic department as a whole. So, if it's $22 million for the.
Yeah, if it's $22 million, you need to distribute $22 million.
I'm saying if you're not the whole thing, if you're not going to go all in and say, we're going to be one of the schools that does the maximum. Does that hurt?
So I think, again, I'm a long ways away from being an attorney or understanding the legal terms of it, but I think what they're saying is at this point, if she signs off on this, as it stands, you'll have $2 million a year that'll be back for the lawsuit, and then you'll have to take $20 million, whether you like it or not, distributed amongst the athletic department players is what they're going to have to do, from what I understand. I think the two decisions there'll be a lot of decisions to make, but two of them will be, one, how's Title IX going to play into this? And then two is, what will your ability be to go and get actual outside NIL income to raise those numbers even higher? Those will be the two things that will be different amongst the programs across the country. So the sideline tablets, I think will be an easy transition. I think the helmet communication will be really interested in how people use it. Our level is much different than the NFL because the NFL huddles up. They use helmet communication. In most cases, they get to the line of scrimmage and then the communication's gone. Well, that's not going to be the way it is in college football. In college football, there'll be helmet communication to a player, and then that communication line will still be open until 15 seconds before the ball is snapped, which schools like us and some other schools would be standing at the line of scrimmage for 15 or 20 seconds after the play's called, and there could be communication between the coaches and the quarterbacks. So it'd be a bigger factor in college football, in my opinion, than the NFL. If everybody else does. We just got into the helmet communication. We didn't go in as deep as what I thought we should have. I thought that we should have taken helmet communication for 5 players on offense and 5 players on defense, which would have eliminated all of the signaling process, in my opinion, or given you a chance to do that as a staff. If you refuse to, that's your choice. But as it sits now, from what I understand, we have one on both sides of the ball. So that's not going to really change signals coming in from the sideline. But we might evolve that over the next year or two, and I hope that we do, to eliminate what we've gone through the last few years with the talk about people illegally stealing signals.
Is there one or two things on defense this year that you think we're better at this, we're going to be all right?
We have to minimize giving up big plays, and we have to tackle better. We tackled okay in the middle of the season. We tackled pretty good in the latter part. The early part of the season, we didn't tackle good, and that was my fault because we didn't practice physical enough. And I knew better than that, but I was concerned about injuries. And so we're going to eliminate that problem this August.
A lot of talk 3 down, 4 down. Do you want to do it 50-50? You want to stick more 3 down? What?
I don't know, 50-50. A lot of that would determine who we're playing. There's been a lot of talk about it. It's been probably blown out of proportion, but I asked our defensive staff to be able to play some 3 down and some 4 down on first and second down, not just third down. Most teams on third and medium to long and extra long are going to be in a 3 down front. But on first and second down, I wanted to be able to be versatile and play some 4 down and some 3 down. I'm not sure at this point if we can do that. We worked on it in the spring, and I like what we saw, but we haven't arrived anywhere near that area yet. So I have to watch us up to the first 2 weeks in August to determine whether we're good enough at some 4 down and 3 down on a normal down and distance situation.
Some of that personnel base too.
Sure. It is. It gives you more flexibility. The issue with being a 3 down or a 4 down is you eliminate a defensive lineman or you eliminate a safety or a backer, whatever your choice is. So it gives you a little more flexibility. The disadvantage could be if you're trying to do too much and you're not good at anything. So that's the decisions that we'll have to make in the first 2 weeks of fall practice.
You describe opening up with South Dakota State, two-time reigning FCS champs. A little upset at your athletic director for scheduling a game like this?
I don't know when that game was even scheduled, but I know that in January when I talked to our team before spring ball and after spring ball during summer training, I told them that, we're opening the season with a team that has been so long that they've lost a game, they don't even know how to lose a game. And they've been dominant. So when they've been in their playoff stretch last year, their games weren't even close. And they have good players. They have good systems. They're very well coached, and they know how to win. Those are pretty key ingredients in long-term success. Whether they're at our level or whatever level it is below us, they're a team that people better pay attention to. That better be our guys. And I think we understand and respect that.
It's the challenge of getting up for FCS to start. It's not a Big 12.
Well, the good news is just what you said. They haven't lost a game in about 2.5 years. So our players understand who they are. That helped us. If they would have lost in the playoffs last year and gone 13-1, and the year before been 13-1, maybe we wouldn't have been able to get them to understand the importance of this game. But because they've been so dominant and they've watched it. See, they play after we play, and so I'm sure our guys watched them play. I mean, I watched them at home. So their success should help our players understand and have respect for the team that we're playing. Plus, we played a team last year that was at a level supposed to be lower than us, and they beat our ass. So all you got to do is turn around and watch that game. He's a good player. They got good players, and he can run and make plays. He can throw it and make plays. And when he's supposed to throw it, he can run it and take off and make plays. And he's an experienced guy. He knows what he's doing. He's a good player.